Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your host, Andrea Martin. Women. Those crazy women. Those helpless women. I am everything to everyone, especially me. I sprouted from my mother's legs and now I am a tree. A full-grown maple stretching out to sisters all around. And I don't mean sisters from my family, but figuratively speaking, friends. Women friends of the night. Yes, we are women of the night. The better half of a hermaphrodite. Embrace our mind, embrace our heart, embrace our soul, embrace any place that you find comfortable. Don't think it's over. It's just begun. There's no mistaking what I am. I'm not a chair. I'm not your brother. I'm not a lizard scurrying up some hill in California, some dry hill. I'm a woman. And you know what that's all about, don't you? And I've got wants and desires of a woman. And you know what that's all about, too. Give Mama what she needs. Give Mama something, please. I feel the fire burning, 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 burning. Mama, feel like a woman, a sexy woman. In the night.
Can you get off, please?
Ladies and gentlemen, you know, it's not every day I get the opportunity to be funny and intelligent, sexy and glamorous all in one package. And I just want to say that it feels very, very good to be a Excuse me just for one moment, please, won't you? Well, whose big joke is this? Alina, you can pick up your check tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, Mark Shaman on the piano. Last year, HBO presented their first Women of the Night special, and it was such a success they decided to do it again this year. There are 5 wonderful female comedians you're going to meet tonight, and please welcome the first Woman of the Night from New York, Miss Joy Behar.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, a lively group. Thanks. Oh, this is good. lovely to be here. This is exciting for me. I used to be a teacher, you know? I used to teach English to high school dropouts in the South Bronx. Huh? Do you understand what I'm talking about? You know the kind of kids who go to jail because they kill their parents? Then they send them to me to teach them the difference between who and whom. This is the job that I had, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm the schmuck. I would try to make it relevant. I'd say, whom do you wish to murder, not who? Then I switched to elementary. I figured they don't pack a piece in the 3rd grade, you know? They would torture the teacher in this sort of like other way. They would squeal on each other continuously, you know? Miss Behar, he said F. All day long with this. Miss Behar, he said F. Finally one day I said, okay, who the fuck said F, you know? I got fired, so now I'm here. In Los Angeles. It's hot here. There's a heat, and you have to be thin here, I notice. Everyone's thin here. It's very annoying. I joined a health club. I haven't gone, but I joined. Why must I go? I gave them $500, let them go. This is how I see it. Right? These are services they provide for moi. Of course, now Heather Locklear's on television continuously. Have you seen Heather in the new commercials? Oh, please. She has this one. She comes out in this little string bikini, and she goes like this. Are you ready for the competition? I'll smack her. I will smack her. It's like, shut up, Heather. Go do something productive with your life. Go teach the handicapped, okay? Go save the whales. Get off my back. I really hate her. This is a woman who could use a couple of near-death experiences, you know? This will whip her right into shape, Miss Heather Locklear. Get those priorities together. Do you girls exercise over here? I shouldn't say girls. Excuse me, I apologize. It's 1988. We're not girls, right? We're men, is what we are. Well, sure. You have to act like a man if you want to get anywhere in this world. Otherwise, they call you, you know, they call you names. I have a car, a Toyota. I bring it into the garage. Those guys see a woman driving there. They're putting a new wing on their house, you know? I go in there, I say, yo, Tony, my carburetor's spitting up like a bastard. She's busting my chops like my lesbian love over here. Forget about it. This is how you have to talk to them. Anyway, you don't exercise, or you do. Everyone in LA does that, yeah. They do the surgery here, too. A lot of surgery, I notice. They put silicone in your face. I'd be scared I'd grow breasts on my cheeks. One surgery that men do not understand is the breast reduction surgery. You guys don't get this, do you? Why we would want to do that? They don't understand that. Maybe we don't feel like schlepping to the A&P like Quasimodo. You know when it would have been a great time to be a woman, I'll tell you right now. Not now. During the time when Rubens was a painter. The fat century. That was the time to be a woman. This is ridiculous now. In those days, 200-300 pounds, the men would kill themselves for you. Right? Just think of this, girls. Imagine knowing that eating an entire pizza could actually enhance your appearance. Just picture this. You could be a model in those days. These girls were pulling in, what, 50, 60 drachmas an hour. Are you kidding? You could have such an attitude, you know? What do you mean, no dessert? I've got a sitting with Caravaggio in the morning. If that man doesn't see some cellulite, I'm history. And give me that cannoli, you piece of shit. That was the time. Now. So, I'm divorced. Hard to believe, isn't it? Yeah. I'm married out of the faith, you know? I'm Italian. And I married a Jewish guy. You thought I was Jewish, right? Everyone thinks I'm Jewish. Why is that? I'm Italian. My name is Josephine. I'm from Brooklyn. My father was a truck driver. His idol was Jimmy Hoffa. I'm Italian. I really am. No one believes me. My name is Josephine, okay? No one believes me. A few months ago, I get a call, Happy Hanukkah. I said, Ma, I'm not Jewish, all right? No one believes me. I happen to like Jewish men. I do. I don't like Italian men. Italian men, it's like, yo, go get the ravioli. Get your own freaking ravioli. What do I look like, Mama Leone over here? I like a tall, skinny Jewish guy with an astigmatism. This is what I like. I do. The type of guy you say, Leonard, get the check, and they jump. I like that. I'm not stupid. You know. My ex is a Sephardic Jew. Do you know what that is? Spanish Jew. Do you ever hear of this? We used to worship at the Temple Julio Iglesias. You don't know this? I can't do, you know what else I can't do? These big Gentiles from the Midwest, these big Swedes, I can't deal with them. They always want to go camping or some stupid thing like this, you know? This type of guy is only happy if he can pee on a tree. This is all they live for. You know, they try to lure you into this. We'll catch a fish, we'll fry the fish. Not in this lifetime span, okay? We'll get in a bag and sleep in a bag on the ground. Why would I want to do that when there's a Holiday Inn down the block with magic fingers and a heat lamp? No. Did you ever go to the Grand Canyon? There is a stupid trip. Anybody ever do this? This is the sickest trip. Big hole in the ground. People go down this thing on a mule. I mean, treacherous, isn't it? What if this mule puts it into his head to jump? Right? You're on a suicidal mule. You don't even know it. I don't trust an animal who wears a hat with holes in it for his ears, all right? It's not my type of animal. So you think I should get married again? What do you think? Yeah? Hell yeah? Sure. What do you care? I'll tell you the truth. The chances of a woman my age getting married are equal to being kidnapped by terrorists. This is what I read. To me, these two things are equal. I'll tell you the truth. It's not, I don't want it. I don't know. It's not like, I want a man in my life, but not in my house. I don't want him in the house. What do I need him there all day long for? I'm busy. I'm on the phone all day. I have no time for a man. I have to put Nair on my upper lip. I'm a very busy woman. Just come in, attach the VCR, and get out. This is enough. But you know, for money, I'll tell you. You know, it would have been a very nice catch for me, this Prince Charles. Didn't she do nicely for herself? That little anorexic princess over there. I am so jealous of her, because to me, Charles is like a gold Visa card with ears. I mean, we are talking here. A catch. All right, he's the homeliest thing that ever lived. It's all that inbreeding over there in that royal family. You can't keep marrying in these royal bloodlines for centuries and not produce these mutations. You know? You'll never see an Italo-Hebraic combo platter in the royal family. No. Or a black and a white to produce a stunning little mocha child. You will never see this. It's always these same horsey-faced Brits, year after year after year. They don't give the DNA a chance to breed, these people. Let it out already. They're splitting up anyway, I heard. I read this in People. Did you read it? She can't take those ears anymore. The truth. She cannot take those ears. There's only so long you could look at ears like that, king or no king. Let's face it. In the beginning, you overlook these things, you know? You're horny, you're desperate for a husband, you want to be the Queen of England. You know how it is. A couple of years later, you're lying in the bed, you're screaming, I'm sleeping with 2 satellite dishes. She can't take it. The girl cannot take it. I don't know if I can get married. I can't get along with men anymore. There's like confusion going on. They're all mixed up from the feminist movement. Don't you think? You guys are a little confused now. I'm a feminist. I'm not a radical feminist. I don't belch in front of men, you know. I'd like to. I really would. But I don't. And I wear a brassiere, which has nothing to do with politics. It's more got to do with Newton's laws of physics at this point. But I think they're mixed up. They don't know what to do. Should they light the cigarette? The rules are changing. Should they give us the seat on the bus? Let's just fix it right now and discuss it, all right? Let's just tell them now, okay? Like a lot of men will ask me, do we still have to pay? Yes, you do. But that's the only thing that's the same, okay? You don't have to light our cigarettes or pull the chair out, no. But pick up the check on a date? Yes, you do. And kill the big bugs in the kitchen? Yes, you do. Everybody got that straight now? Okay. But there's hostility, isn't it? I was in a bookstore the other day. Some of the books in the women's studies section are just unbelievable. Men who hate women and the women who love them. Have you seen these books? Women who love too much. Women who love men who hate women. Smart women, stupid men. Have you seen these books? I didn't even know I hated men till I joined the Book of the Month Club. Now, I'll tell you the truth. I not only hate the men, I hate the women who love the men. I hate the children who love the women and the grandparents who love the children. I hate everybody now. Thank you. You've been a wonderful audience. Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Cheryl Kinsey, noted sex therapist. And I've been asked to talk to you all tonight on a subject that's near and dear to all of you women and some men. The inability to fake an orgasm. Recent studies show that nearly 60% of all women are capable of at least one fake orgasm. And nearly 20% of those women are capable of multiple fake orgasms. That leaves 40%. 4 out of 10 women who are unable to convincingly fake an orgasm. If you are one of these women, we suggest the following exercise. Please repeat after me these helpful, useful phrases. Oh, you're good. You're so good. Make me a woman, big boy. Oh, I've got the music in me. Fortunately, recent studies have shown that 9 out of 10 males will believe anything, especially if it confirms their virility. So don't be afraid to pretend you're aroused by your partner. That's all the advice I've got in me tonight. So let's continue with the show. Ladies and gentlemen, from San Francisco, Lizz Winstead.
My name is Liz. I'll tell you a little bit about me, because, hey, isn't that why we're here? I went to college. No, little joke, folks. I went to college for 4 years, studied philosophy. I think, therefore, I'm single. It's tough. I think it's good being single, though. Are you single? Do you love it, or what? Isn't it great? It is amazing. I just got out of a 3-year relationship with somebody. I mean, I'm on the road with this job about 6 months out of the year, and this guy tells me he needs some space. Oh, you need some space, sweetheart? Strap yourself to a fucking MX missile. Yeah. Very sad. Nobody's really smoking in here. How many non-smokers are in here? Buy applause if you don't smoke. Oh, applaud yourselves, you self-righteous people. How many people smoke? Yeah! I think smoking is great. Smokers are persecuted people. You go to a restaurant and that host walks up to you. Do you have a smoking preference? Yeah, Camel Straight. Now get out of my way, please. I'd like to eat. So I finally took my first big move to quit. I took my ashtray out of the shower. So I really feel good. I do. So as you can tell, I'm probably not the most athletic person you'll ever meet. I don't work out at all. Now, do you? I know Joy. Did Joy ask you? Do you work out? Do you do aerobics? Sometimes? I went there once. You know what? You can't smoke there. So right away, I was completely put out by the whole thing. And maybe you can explain the concept to me. It's like, how many socks can you put on one leg? I mean, I get all that leg wear on. I'm already sweating and I'm out of there. Bye. And people run? Who would run? I'd run to the store. Because I was out of cigarettes, so I had to get them. But my roommate runs every day. She has to be to work at 8. She gets up at 5:30 to run every day. And we have a male Great Dane in our house. The dog stands this big. And she runs with this dog every day. And I don't know about you guys, but I think there should be some kind of law that male Great Danes should have to wear underwear in public. And not the briefs, man. I mean, like the boxers to here. Because look at the face on a poodle sometime when they see this coming. It's terrible. I know. So, originally I'm from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Thank you very much. A hotbed of talent, right there. It's like me and Prince, right there, the two people. You like him? He's big. Yeah? I don't know. He kind of looks like some of your cat coughed up on the rug, I think. It's like, you're rich. All righty. And he's always thanking God for the lyrics that he writes. Oh, there you go. Yeah, I'd like to thank God for helping me write Lick Me Till I'm Blind. Yeah. I'm pretty sure God's patting himself on the back for that one right about now. Well, there was the 10 Commandments and that Lick Me thing. Yeah. I know. He's not a religious figure in my book. I went to Catholic school for 8 years, so he was never brought up much. Anybody else go to Catholic school? Show me your scars. Yeah? Now, did you go to one of those ones with a really scary name, like Our Sister with a Bleeding Dagger Through Your Skull? Horrible names. Walk in, picture Mary with a knife in her head. Nobody knows why. You know, it's very bizarre. Because I really learned nothing being brought up Catholic. You know what I learned? Never tell your mother the entire truth. And you make up this wild shit. I go home for Christmas. My mom's helping me unpack. She finds my diaphragm. I had to tell her it was a bathing cap for my cat. I'm kidding, little joke. I don't use a diaphragm. I pretty much rely on my personality for birth control. Thank you. Yeah, please applaud that. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you very much. No, don't applaud that. That's a terrible thing to applaud. But when you have a Catholic mom, it's tough. And my mom is 67 years old. Now, who has older parents? Okay, we all do. Very good. Thanks for catching on. People raise their hands like idiots. Oh, yeah, okay. But when they're 67, they start to slip a little bit. I mean, I'm home for Christmas. My mom bursts into the room and says, you know, someone's been rearranging the ornaments on the tree. Really, Mom? Why don't you put your underwear on the inside of your clothes now? Okay? Let's try that, babe. Get something happening for you. Have you ever had your mom ruin a moment because she doesn't have a clue about what's going on in the real world? I mean, the day John Lennon was killed was the most emotional day of my life. And I found out from my mom, and she ruins everything. She burst open the door of my room and said, Liz, I just heard it on the television. They shot Jack Lemmon. I gotta get in shape. I mean, look at me. I look like Anne Frank on crack, basically. So, you know, it's never really good. You know, so I gotta do something, get a tan. I don't know. What? Is everyone on crack tonight, by the way? What? Have you ever seen it? Crack? I haven't either. I think they made it up. What is it? Crack. I guess it's microwavable cocaine. Is that right? I don't know. You know, I thought like next year you'd be able to go to a bar, order a crack cooler, it'd be all calmed down, you know. Bruce Willis will be singing about it, and hey, just another reason to hate him. How much do you hate this guy? God, he sucks. He's the worst thing ever. He's like a Kmart Mickey Rourke, this guy. Who put him on the map? And he made a soul album. A soul, don't you have to have soul to make a soul album? Correct me if I'm wrong. Can you think of people with less soul? No. It's like Hitler, Manson, Bruce Willis. People with less soul. Those are the top 3 people. I don't know. So I do live in San Francisco now. I moved out there from Minnesota about a year ago. Drove out there with all my stuff. Have you driven across country? Have you? Yeah? Are you still friends with the people you went with? No. I did it in a '74 Volkswagen with an AM radio. Through Nebraska. Have you been to Nebraska? Have you? I'm telling you, Nebraska's proof that hell is full and the dead are walking the earth. It's the worst place ever. And there's only 2 radio stations in the state of Nebraska. On one, you get the Hog Report, which is some kind of dating service. I don't know, man. Very weird. Now, on the other channel, we got a religious broadcast with the Peters Brothers. These are 2 guys that spin rock albums backwards to find the devil message. Then they burn the records. I guess this is really effective over the radio. I have no idea. So I'm listening to this, and the Peters Brothers are burning a Doobie Brothers album because Doobie's the slang term for a marijuana cigarette. And I'm thinking, guys, you're the Peters Brothers. Thanks a lot, you guys. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Prickly's the name, booze is the game. What do you want, dear? A Bailey's, a Benedictine, or a Beaujolais?
I guess I'd like a Black Russian.
A Black Russian? Yeah. You and me both. Find 2 of them, we can double date. So, let's see, you're alone tonight, or are you looking to get lucky?
No, not really.
No? You're looking for a meaningful relationship, are you? Yeah? Perfect love?
Sort of.
Whoa, it's gonna be a long night. What's your name, dear?
Roberta.
Roberta! You know, Roberta, people have been looking for perfect love longer than you and I have been around. And in my case, that goes back to when the Dead Sea was only sick. Yeah. Uh-oh, there's my intro. Excuse me, dear, I got a show to do. Best of luck to you. You shake my nerves and you rattle my brain. To my soul and drives a man insane. You broke my will, but what a thrill. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire! Watch out, Mark! This man's got more soul than Lake Michigan. You met Mark Shaman, didn't you? Isn't he great?
Sure.
Yeah. How are you? Oh, geez. You know, I'm real happy to be a part of this event tonight because if there's one thing I like to do, it's laugh. Yep, my philosophy has always been, you got one life to live. Live it. Don't let yourself get down unless you're going to do something worthwhile once you're down there. You know what I mean, Mark? Sure. All right, ladies and gentlemen, from Los Angeles, Dianne Ford!
On the beach for the last 14 years, but I'm not from here. I'm from Minnesota originally. Oh, yeah, for sure. Oofta, oofta. Play me that polka big boy. Nothing like accordion music to get me wet. You know. I went back home to Minnesota at Christmas time. All Christmas time, my relatives all got together and decided Christmas as a holiday really isn't quite enough of an emotional strain. We'd like to have a family reunion, too. Well, doggy daddy, hold me back from that fun. You know, that's how I think about it, because for 15 minutes, I'm very happy to see all these people. Then it starts to dawn on me what made me move 3,000 miles away from. I love my family, but they're very weird. And I'm very weird, too. We can't help it. It's in our blood. Think about my ancestors. These people came to this country from Sweden and Norway, overcoming incredible odds. They crossed oceans, mountains, rivers, and streams, never stopping, searching for that one place that was just as fucking miserable as the one they were. Did you read about that baby food company in the paper? They just got fined $3 million for selling colored sugar water to infants from 1979 to 1983, claiming it to be apple juice. These people scammed on babies. Can you believe that? What were they doing? Sitting around the boardroom going, well, we really shouldn't, but fuck it, who's going to testify? To see the face of that kid the first time he bit into an apple. Doesn't taste anything like the juice. How many married people we got out here tonight? Married people, where are you? Yeah. And how about divorced people? Divorced people? Yeah, always more enthusiastic clappers, you know? You know what was funny? I never even believed in divorce until after I got married. I could have stayed married, too. I could have. I just got tired of looking at my husband over the breakfast table and saying, open wide for Mr. Choo-Choo. Oh, he got back at me. He used the same line on me when we were in bed. After a year, my husband and I knew we weren't compatible because he turned into this kind of guy that would roll up a toothpaste tube from the bottom in a very neat and organized manner. And I'm the kind of person that would leave it on a car seat with the cap off. Oops, I goofed. I was too young when I got married at 19 years old. They had to lock up 19-year-old girls in closets till those hormones stopped playing ping pong with their brains. I was just walking stupidity looking for a place to land, leading with my crotch. I quit college to put him through school. I had to hold down 3 jobs to do that. Then when I got to be 26 and thought I should go back to college, he divorced me for another 19-year-old bimbette with straw for brains to walk 7 feet behind him, so he stops to read a road map, she wipes his butt. But I'm not bitter. Some of these I do just for me. You know, I got fired from every one of those jobs I had, too, for my attitude. Can you believe that? I got fired from being a receptionist for putting people on hold for no reason. Hello, may I help you? Mm-hmm, please hold. Can you hold some more? What are you holding now? The weirdest job I ever had was in sales for a wholesale beef company. This is a really bizarre job because I'm a vegetarian. When I applied for this job, this man looks at me, he says, "Sweetheart, I'll tell you what, to take this job, you're gonna be selling red meat." I said, "Well, I happen to think that people eat too much red meat. Not only is it not healthy for them, why, it's almost poisonous." He said, "Job pays $60,000 a year." I said, "On the other hand, you know, if a priest can be a marriage counselor, I bet I could sell some beef." Doo-dah, doo-dah. The job wasn't that bad. The company car was the worst. This car had a Black Angus welded to the roof. And on the side door, the words, "You can't beat my meat." Every time I came to a stop sign, the cow's head went forward and went, "Eat meat." I parked it at the airport once and 25 of those Hare Krishnas blocked me in praying to it. Being a businesswoman for a long time made me crazy about what they do to business women on television, especially in commercials. Boy, that's when they make us look really stupid. I hate it. I was in sales for 6 years. I worked with other women. I gotta tell you the truth, though. Not once in 6 years after a busy day did I ever turn to another woman and say, "Golly gee whiz, I need roller skates to keep up with you. What kind of tampon do you use?" I've tried a lot of brands. I'm pretty sure none of them make you move any faster. Not like they got them spring-loaded or something. Golly, Edna, you're awful perky. You know, it's those new tampons. Now they're advertising breathable panty liners. Isn't that the grossest thing you ever heard of in your life? Breathable panty liners, ew. What is that? One more thing for me to worry about in a crowd, my underwear going. And you know some man invented that product too. You do, because no woman be inventing a panty liner and putting little holes in there. She put little tongues in there or something like that, you know? Did you read about that woman in London, England that shot and killed her husband during that time of the month? And they used it for the defense. PMS. They said, and I quote, "She was under too much stress." I can only think of one thing a man could say to a woman during that time of the month to put her under that kind of stress. So what's the matter with you, yonder rag?
How did you guess? I'm a little touchy.
That woman got off. She didn't have to go to jail. Now the NRA's got a new bumper sticker coming out saying, guns don't kill people, periods kill people. The worst ad on TV for women is that one for early pregnancy testing. Have you seen this? It's so stupid, I guess it's opposed to late pregnancy testing where they just tell you tough fucking luck, babe. You're out of here. Whoa, I should have had a V8. Whoa. The announcer comes on the screen. He's an official guy because he has a lab coat. He comes out and he says, yes, ladies, now with the help of our test and this little test tube, you can find out in the privacy of your own home. The woman comes back on the screen and she calls someone, because I guess after you found out in the privacy of your own home, you can't wait to blab it to somebody else. She says, hello, Roger. Guess what? No, guess again. I'm pregnant. Hello? Hello? Hello, Steve? Your husband's a neat dresser. Does he sit around the house in his shorts, fart, drink beer, watch football? Yeah? All right. I do that. I do. I have a new husband now. He likes to tell me that's not very ladylike. I tell him neither is a blowjob, and you don't complain about that. Well, that's pretty much the end of that argument. And that's the end of my show. Hope you enjoyed it. My name is Diane Ford. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, from Chicago, Carla Felicia.
Hi. Well, I don't know if you can tell right away, but I come from a very strange ethnic background. I don't know if you can tell. I'm half Italian, half American Indian. So, like, my first words were, how the fuck are you? I guess that's where the shortness comes in, that weird mixture, because I'm very short. I'm 4'9". I'm an attraction, ladies and gentlemen. I could walk down the street naked and people are like, ooh, look how short she is. And I look young, because I'm short and I look young. It's very disheartening to be 24 years old and have 12-year-old boys want to do you. I get the same stuff all the time. I get the same stuff. This is the one I hate. This is the one I hate. I go to like a dance bar. I always get these big 6-foot tall guys come up to me. Come on, Carl, it's another slow dance. Ha ha ha. I always come home cockeyed. I don't like going to bars. I don't like meeting people in bars. They're drunk. They have phlegm on their face. Meet these guys and they're like, hey, I'm an exterminator of fringe sex with learning disabilities, and I collect Charles Manson memorabilia. Ooh, break out my ovaries, I found my Prince Charming. Guy tells me he's a masochistic Jehovah's Witness. And it would really turn him on if I slammed a door in his face. Because I don't want to get married. I don't want to have a ceremony. I don't want to have a big ceremony. I don't like big wedding ceremonies. My sister got married last year. It was the first big wedding of our family. It's the first wedding I ever stood up for. And I could not thank my sister enough for letting me pay $250 for the ugliest piece of shit dress I ever saw in my life. It's supposed to be the most beautiful day of your entire life, right? It's your day. Well, the night before my sister got married, my father went out and got really, really drunk. Because it was a tradition that he invented. So the morning of the wedding, my sister's in the mirror, right? She's looking in the mirror. She's like, I'm so pretty. My father walks by, big hangover. First thing he says, Jesus Christ, it feels like someone took a shit in my mouth. Ooh, what girl wouldn't be honored to walk down the aisle with this man? My first girlfriend gets married, she's 22 years old. I'm like, are you sure? Are you sure? She's like, oh, Carla, we're in love. I'm pregnant. She's 7.5 months pregnant and she wants a traditional wedding. I'm like, great, we have to plan this thing before the water breaks. I don't want to be wearing swimwear to the reception. I never want to have kids ever, because I don't even like to go to the bathroom. Plus, could you see me pregnant? I'd have a kid, it'd be like this big. I'd have it, I wouldn't even know. It'd be like a contact, nobody move. I don't want kids. I just moved out of my family house. It's great, I love it. Because after 24 years of living with your family, you just look at those people and you're like, you suck. Oh, man. The first thing I did when I got my own place, I went nutty. First thing I did is I went to the kitchen, and I sat at the kitchen table, and I leaned back on that chair all the way. And I called my mom. I'm doing it, Mom, my brain isn't hemorrhaging. I remember every Sunday my grandmother would come over, and she'd bring us Jell-O, because we told her we liked it once. And she'd walk over to my sisters and I with this Jell-O, and she'd hand it to us, and she'd always say, I don't know what you girls are gonna do when I die. I'm like, I guess we're gonna have to read the back of the box. Oh, half cup cold, half cup warm. Oh, why did Grandma have to die? She loves that joke, she does. Because she's in the act. And she thinks that's cool, right? So now every time I see her, she writes little notes of things she's done so that I can put in my act. It's like, today I got prescription eyewear. Oh, stop, Grandma. But this is great. This is great doing a show with all women. Because in comedy, a lot of times more men than women are doing comedy, and I'm working with a lot of men. And a lot of people think since I work with a lot of men, they ask me if it's affected me at all. And, I really don't think it has. This is attractive, isn't it? My, how pretty. But I do this because men do this. Plus, I like it. I guess that's why they do it, too. I don't know. I don't have one. But I collect them. It's a hobby. It's like fishing. The small ones you throw back, the big ones you mount. Thank you very much. Good night.
Terrific. Ladies and gentlemen from New York, Susie Essman.
Oh, thank you, Liza. Oh, you're so nice. Look at you all. You having fun? Look at you, you strapping young buck right up front here. What's your name?
Tim, you like sitting up front? You could just sit there and watch me and want me and know that you could never have me. He's young, though. He's very young. I like young. Young guys are all right for like an hour, you know, till they get out of bed and they want the Bosco and watch cartoons, you know. But they're all right. They can do certain things, you know. They can do certain things all night. They have no idea what they're doing, but they could do it all night. My last boyfriend was actually a younger guy. How old are you? 27. Well, he was younger than you. But he was a hunky guy, athlete, baseball player. Little League, but you know, what do you got? But he was an Italian guy from the Bronx, and what used to turn me on about him was the way he talked, which was like an animal. Like he would call me up and he would say, "So, I'll be over your house a tree." And this would turn me on. Or he would say, "So, I gotta go to the bathroom." And I would get like moist and excited by this, like it was my favorite thing to hear. But he dumped on me. Do you feel bad? No, you don't? Don't, because he's dead now, okay? And I ran into him recently. You ever run into an ex-boyfriend or girlfriend and you look at them and you think to yourself, was I in a deranged psychopathic dementia? Was I in a complete psychotic state when I was having sex with this man every night, twice on Fridays? I don't know. Well, then you have this scary moment where you look at him and you think, I talked baby talk to this man. It's so frightening. But you know, I looked at him and it was interesting because the only thing I remembered about the entire relationship was every night in bed doing this. What are you doing? That's all I remembered. I blush every time I say that. I blush. So he's there. I'm here. I'm in LA. It's so strange for me. I'm from New York. I know you're shocked to hear that, but it's true. And I'm in Los Angeles, and it's like nobody looks like me here. There's all these long-legged blondes. You don't see different ethnic groups in Hollywood. You don't see blacks in LA. You have to drive to them. And I'm a liberal, but to get in the car and schlep, it's not for me. No. I'm sorry, hon. Did that offend you personally? Too bad. So, I have the same problem in New York. In New York, if you leave Manhattan, like you go out in the tri-state area, I was in Connecticut recently. I was at a you from Connecticut? Chandler, Skylar, Kyle, what's your name? It's all right. I was in Connecticut, and I was at a bridal shower. My girlfriend's getting married, and she's like Lutheran Episcopalian, one of those white bread mayonnaise-y goyish things. So, now her family is opening up the shower gifts, and they behave so strange. They open up the gifts, and they talk in this way like, "Isn't that a lovely Chesapeake blender? Or isn't that a charming, delightful, cookie, nutty, zany kind of blender toaster oven combination?" They talk in this kind of lockjaw, clenched teeth. It's almost like they're afraid a wandering dick might fly by and just pop in at any given moment. Yeah. You go to an event like this in my family, the behavior is completely different. They open up the gifts, they scream, they shout, they yell, they're like, "Ah! Give her the receipt, she can return it!" You know, they're animals. My aunt sits in the back judging every item, every gift. She's back there. Is that something she needs? Oh, look at those sheets. Beautiful, stunning. Yeah, 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 yeah. They hate her. She always has a phrase to describe her every state of being. Last time I saw her, she tells me, "I'm a people person. I love people. The sun comes streaming into my room in the morning. I'm up at the crack of dawn. I don't want to miss a moment. I'm full of life. I'm a doer." I said, "Do this, Auntie." A couple of years ago, she had another one. She tells me, "I'm open. I'm accepting." Uncle Morty and I went to see La Cage aux Folles. And we thought the homosexuals were marvelous. They have such a flair. My decorator's one. He throws a pillow, boom, it lands in just the right spot. Such a flair, such a je ne sais quoi. I'm a doer. These are my role models. Do you understand how difficult? You know why my boyfriend broke up with me? He told me that I was a Jap. I don't mean a Japanese person. I mean a princess, a Jewish American princess. You think I'm a princess? No, I'm not a princess. I'm a queen. He left me for a younger woman. He left me for a 17-year-old from the South Bronx. President of the Lisa fan club, folks. I met her, she was like, you know, like I love Lisa and shit, right? You people, you looking at me, right? Thinking I have an easy job to be president of the Lisa fan club. You think that, right? No. It's a really hard job because there's a lot of controversy and shit, okay? For example, some people in the fan club say that Lisa is prettier than Apollonia, and some people say, no, that's not true. Okay, let me ask you a question, all right? Let's say you had to make a decision, right? Like somebody was holding a gun to your head, and they say you have to decide. This is just like a hypodermical situation. And they say you have to decide who's prettier, okay? Lisa, Apollonia, Vanities, or Sheila E. You would have a really hard time, right? 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 Okay, you see what a controversial issue this is? I'm telling you. Don't applaud. Don't applaud, because you know what? He left me for her. I don't care, because now every night in bed she's going, what are you doing? So I don't care anymore. Right? I got my revenge. I should have been more like my mother. My mother's very quiet and demure, you know, and I always had this mouth. When I was a kid, she used to yell at me. She used to say, you talk that way to your friends, young lady, not to me. Mother used to say that to you? You talk that way to your friends, young lady, not to me. I used to think, what is she talking about? I never ever said, fuck you, ma, to my friends, ever. Not once in my whole life. Which I don't even look like her. I've always been like very thin and skinny, and she's kind of big, Eastern European, peasant-y looking, you know. She looks like if she lifted up her skirt, there'd be a huge brisket underneath her dress, you know. See, now I thought, I always thought that it was like a good thing to be small till I went down south, and the guys there, I would be at a bar, nobody would talk to me, they had no time for me. The guy told me, I like a big gal with a full set of teeth, that you could strap her in a harness and she'll pull your car out of the mud. It's a true story. She's doing all the time now. So, nobody in my family is like that. You know, my grandmother has always been, my grandmother's small. She's always been a great role model for me. It's my grandmother. Are you having a good time? Okay, good.
Doll, what's your name over here? Huh? Huh? What'd you say, sweetheart? Oh, Lisa, that's beautiful. Yeah, you're cute. I wish I had you for a daughter instead of those two fat pieces of shit, my daughters. I'll tell you a story. I have two daughters, all right? So one of them went to get a perm. She didn't want to, but I told her it's necessary. She's overweight. She looks disgusting. Fix yourself up. So I sent her to my hairdresser, Bruno, who is super, does a wash and wear to dye from your wash, your finger, your tassel, you throw on a lipstick, boom, 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 you're out the door. She doesn't listen to me. She goes to a different hairdresser, not Bruno. P.S. a horror.
Guys, that's it. Thank you so much. Good night.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's our show. You have met the 5 women of the night. Please bring them on one more time. Joy Behar, Lizz Winstead, Dianne Ford, Carla Felicia, and Susie Essman.